And we're live, I think. Hello, everyone. Let us know if you can hear me well. For those who don't know me, I'm Tiago. I'm Loot Studios Community Manager. And today I'm going to be introducing you guys to this bundle, Nuclear Wasteland, or officially, first sci-fi bundle of 2022. And I think we're starting the year. Yes, yeah, people are sounding off in chat. So we are live. So this is like our first, at least what we consider the first bundle in the 2022 cycle. We started the sci-fi subscription last year, I believe in September, right? And yeah, it's been going great so far, and it's time to start a new cycle, and we're starting off with a little bit of a great adventure. So with me today we have Marcia. Marcia, if you could say hello to everyone. Yeah, guys, let me know if you guys can hear Marcia. Those who have been following us for some time may notice that we are missing Alvaro today, unfortunately. So what happened was, ooh, they're not hearing Marcia. Let's check the audio here. Just a second, you guys. I think Marcia may be. Let's see here. Marcia, if you could say something.
Hi guys, how are you?
I think you guys may hear her now.
You're hearing Marcy?
Just a second. Let's just wait for it. Yes, apparently we are hearing Marcia now. Sorry about that, you guys. So Alvaro is not with us today, physically, and he's not going to be sculpting something today. We planned on doing that, but unfortunately, Alvaro is feeling a little bit under the weather, so he stayed home to recover. He was gonna try to scope from home and transmit it to us here, but unfortunately, he took a little bit of a little bit of a turn, and he's feeling sick. So we thought it best if he would rest. I think maybe he will show up in chat. But yeah, so let's all wish him the best and hope that he recovers soon. We really miss him in the live streams. So yeah, let's start with our first 2022 sci-fi bundle, the Nuclear Wasteland. And just to talk a little bit about the idea behind this bundle, it's there are some kind of obvious inspirations, right? It's a little bit of Mad Max, a little bit of Fallout. It's a lot of fun. This is what this bundle is. So there's mutants and raiders, and there's power armor, and yeah, there's let's get into it. Let's get to the first mini. Let's get to the first hero. So first off, let's start with the concept art here. And first off, we have Gabriel Dietrich, I believe it's the name of the hero. Gabriel Dietrich. It's a German name, guys. You're gonna have to forgive me in this one. The Diesel Avenger. So we decided to do some power armor, like right, some diesel powered armor, and we're going in this bundle. We're going for like a very bulky and rustic and outdated technology, like kind of scrapped together feel. It's kind of our idea of what a diesel powered armor would look like. It's a little bit. It has a little bit of an Iron Man Mark One feel to it, right? Kind of built in a cave. Yeah, but it's a little bit better than the build in a cave version. There's some thought put into this. This was probably mass produced for the last war before the bombs fell. And yeah, there are probably a lot of, and it's really like rugged and rustic, and it can take a punch. Let's just say that. Maybe not a direct nuclear strike. Maybe that's a bit too much. But let's just say that there's probably a lot of armors like this, just like skeleton filled, let's say. But the armor itself is probably in good working condition. it can't stop like 100% of the radiation, though. It's a shame. So this is our first hero for the bundle, Gabriel Dietrich. Let's check out how the model turned out, right? Let me just wait for the opportune moment here, and there we go. So we have like this guy's kind of amazing. He has the big gun on the big mounted gun on the left arm. He's holding this kind of riot shield on the right arm. It's probably like what he uses to defend himself against anti-tank weaponry, right? It's like an extra layer of protection. He's got the missile launchers or like whatever weapon you want to call that thing in his shoulder. And yeah, he's probably spending a lot of diesel to keep this machine going. Gabriel, it's if you guys check out the lore, Gabriel, it's like a big guy, and you probably need to be one to make the power armor functional, right? Like something like this, it's probably not as efficient as it could be. It's probably not as efficient as like a Fallout power armor, right? With the fusion cores and stuff like that. I've only played 4. You guys like don't at me. It's but yeah, that's the mechanics I know from that game. So yeah, just spewing up out flame from the back there, and it really embodies that what's that phrase from the first Iron Man movie? That the arc reactor could power a city for an entire day, or a big thing for 15 minutes. Yeah, I think the tank of one of those things, of one of this diesel armors, could probably go for like 15 minutes, but it'll be like 15 minutes of pure awesomeness. Depending on which side of the battlefield you're on, you don't want to be you don't want to be staring at the barrel of those guns. So yeah, a little bit of a surprise for this model in particular. Some of you may have noticed, because we have that up as part of the renders, and we have that up as part of the download for the models. We have an alternate version of an alternate pose for this armor, with both the shield and the weapon raised up and like ready to strike. And the shoulder mounted weapon is also like aimed a little bit more forward. So it's a little bit of a different pose. It's something special we prepared. So if you subscribe to the sci-fi bundle this month, you get this different pose. I believe this one is only going to be available for the extra pose is only going to be available until February the 15th. So make sure to grab the bundle before that if you haven't already. But yeah, it's also a good way to make a little bit of a variation if you want to use this guy to create an army or something, right? Maybe a proxy for your Warhammer army or something, or whatever other game you think this is gonna fit in. Now, just before I forget, our Diesel Avenger here was sculpted by Victor Prado, and let's just move on to the bust version. I think that's gonna give us like the best close up on all of the detail that goes into this. Yes, so there's a lot of like nifty little details on this model, right? There are the flames going up. There's the ammo pack on the belt strap there. Just a lot of like little details, and just a little bit of scuff marks and stuff like that into armor, just to give that rugged and battle worn feel, right? Let's see here. Yeah, just a lot of awesome detail on this armor. There's the patch there on the shoulder, just a little bit of something to probably like you can say that's the symbol of his order if you're playing Warhammer, or you can say that's the symbol of his army platoon. You can go a lot of different ways with this one. So yeah, I want to see like what you guys are gonna do with the with this armor in particular. I know there's a lot of different ways to paint the armor like this and make it really really unique. So and yeah, I'm sure you guys are gonna figure out a way. And just in this armor, we kind of start to see like the feel we're going with for this bundle. So everything is kind of bulky and kind of squared. The barrels on the shoulder-mounted gun are actually triangles, right? So let me just make sure you guys are not picking up any of this. Yeah, I'm getting a couple of notifications in my phone. Sorry about that. So everything is kind of very bulky and angular. So this is a little bit like Fallout or Mad Max in that it's technology that kind of stopped in time, and it's technology that has been yeah it's whew, I think I'm seeing a little bit some artifacts here on the let me go back to concept for a bit. Yeah, so it's all very very angular and very very bulky. It's technology that wasn't didn't have time to evolve to its best and most efficient form, right? So everything is very heavy, very bulky. There are pipes coming out of everywhere. So yeah, we're gonna see a lot of this in the coming bundles. Just a second, you guys, while I sort something out here with the team. Okay, so now let's move on to our next hero. Uh, and our next hero is Ray Jordan, the Human Wanderer. And this one is a little bit. You can use this guy as a raider as well if you want to, but I think his backstory is kind of really inspiring, right? He is the guy after the bombs fell and everything went to hell. Ray Jordan decided that, well, this is it. This where I'm gonna show people who I am, and he decided to help people despite the fact that everything was going to hell and everything was no one trusted anyone else, and there were a lot of crime, a lot of robberies and murder and stuff like that. You know, the end of society. But our wanderer here never gave up hope, and he keeps fighting. The details of the cybernetic arm and the way it's fused to the left side of his body, yeah, it's really connected with that. Even after he was like horribly maimed during an attack, he doesn't give up on humanity. So yeah, I think he works very well as a hero. I would love to play him as a hero or as a mercenary or something like that. But yeah, you can use him as a raider if you so wish. But I think he's just looks too cool. Like he's more of like he would be like the legendary raider boss, and you want to get that saw blade, right? That giant. I'm gonna say fusion saw blade, something like that, or diesel powered saw blade. So yeah, here is in the amazing sculpt by Daniel Sanchez. So yeah, we can see all the little details here, and this is another one of those miniatures that I think painters are gonna find really really engaging to paint. There are a lot of different textures in this one. So you have the skin, and then you have the burned skin and flesh. You have the robotic arm and the armor. You have the cloth. You have the hair. It's like all of these different things that you can like give your own, give us your take on them. So yeah, just an amazing mini. And yeah, I think that it's a very good translation of the concept art here. Let me go back to the concept art for just a second. Yeah, so you can see like all the little details and how they turned out in the actual miniature, like the bullets on the sometimes we have to make like a couple of the parts larger just because they read better into miniature. Something like the bullets going around the hit the who what do we call that, the strap that holds the his arm to his arm together. It doesn't read as well into it doesn't read as well into miniature, so we gotta like make them a little bit bigger just so they can show just so they are readable in the miniature. And it actually lends itself really well for a bit of an for this kind of bundle, right? This over the top kind of bundle. You kind of need like bigger bullets are generally better in the wasteland. The more you have them, the better. Yeah, people were asking us to increase the volume. I think we are like topped off here right now. I can also get a little bit closer to the mic, and I think this will help. So yes, let us know if this is working for you guys. Yes, let us know if this is working. If not, we can figure out what's happening. Let's see here. Yeah, people are saying much better, much better. Yes, let us know, guys, if you have any trouble like understanding us or hearing me. Just let me know and we will figure it out. Yeah. So yeah, let's actually take a look at the bus. I think this is one of the one of the bus I really like from this set. Let me transition here while we set that up and adjust the camera. And yeah, let's go. Yeah, this one really lets you see like all of the detail and all of the hard work Danielle put into this one, right? All the detail on the skin, and like especially where the left arm, the robotic arm, connects to the left side of his body, is just really striking and really cool, right? And not to mention like the big chainsaw sword. Who doesn't like a hugely impractical sword, right? Yes. And just like if you could get it like a close up of the face there, I think he just looks so cool. The face, the hair. Yes, look at all of that detail there. Just he doesn't look he looks badass, and he doesn't look as I was saying, he doesn't look evil. He looks like a stern leader or something, right? The guy who's gonna do what needs to be done. So yeah, this is Ray Jordan, our second hero for today, our second bundle for today, and we are just getting started. Extra astounding. Yeah, people are asking, has the bus been cleaned up? Yeah, it has been cleaned up. Because you guys, no. People are worried about it being dirty. It has been cleaned up. There are no support marks on it. And yeah, we are doing a 3D printing series on our channel. We're probably gonna get around to doing a couple of videos on how to properly finish the miniatures soon. And yeah, it's one of our dirty little secrets. We have we have someone here at Loot, which is like it's a specialist in making the minis look good. And yeah, I think she can definitely give you guys some tips on how to improve the final result of your work. So yeah, this is our human wanderer. And next up, we have kind of a double up. We have Christina, the Waste Stranger. She's a human mutant tamer, and we got her pet, which is yeah, it's a little bit of a let's say it's a mutant dog. Is it a dog? It's kind of hard to be sure, right? It might as well be an overgrown raccoon or something. Like things get crazy with radiation and science fiction, you guys. So yeah, things get crazy with radiation, and once and you know, human beings have been bonding with animals for thousands and thousands of years. We have domesticated all kinds of stuff, and we have been messing around with people that like aren't with things that aren't domesticated, right? Like like crocodiles and tigers and lions, and some people like to live with them. And like that feeling, that human longing for a bond and for a companionship, even if it's an animal, doesn't go away just because the world ended, right? That's where we get Christina or Waste Stranger here. So she's a mutant tamer. There are a lot of critters out in the wasteland that probably would have died if not taken care of, like their their parents like just leave them behind. It's just how it goes in the animal world, right? But yeah, Christina takes takes pity on them and raises them, and yeah, she's a little bit. I'm not gonna say she's a cat lady, but yeah, she's a little bit of a mutant beast hoarder, and yeah, she's a little bit of a sci-fi take on a ranger as well, like a D&D ranger, with the animal companion. And yeah, let's take a look at the models. The sculpt for both of these is by Diogo Colares. So first off, we have like this really cool ranger, with kind of like the bayoneted gun, the chains on the left hand, just kind of a raider or a survivor, right? Just the kind of character that you know it's ready for a fight, but it's also not looking for one. So yeah, she's probably like a scout or an explorer or something. But then we have Pet, her mutant dog thingy, and I think one of the great things here, like the translation from the concept art to the actual model, it's how the like if you notice all the details, like the like the original concept art does have like all of the mutation and the bulbousness, but it doesn't have any mechanical parts. And the actual model has a lot of mechanical parts. It has an actual like robotic leg. It has an oxygen pack attached to its back, or like a fresh air pack. And this just goes to show that Christina really takes care of these animals that she's tamed. She's not just gonna let them die. She's not just she like it's I think one of the signs of human civilization, right, is when you find bones from like ancient grave sites that have fractures that had time to heal and remodel and grow scar tissue, right? It's an indication that there was civilization and that people were taking care of each other. So this is a little bit of an indication that, yeah, everything has gone to hell, but we don't need to abandon each other, and we don't need to abandon the animals, right? Like, yeah, just don't, especially, and it's one of those things in sci-fi movies, especially, like 1,000 people can die, but don't mess with the animals, man. I can't take it. And apparently Christina is one of those people. It's like she's more of an animal person than a people person as well. So yeah, this you're gonna notice that the team of people with like the pack on the lower back a lot, and it's one of those things like you need to, especially there may be some areas that have like a higher contamination than other areas, and so you need like fresh air so you don't just immediately die. And yeah, that's also true for the animals here. So let's take a look at her bus now, so we can move on to the, and then we're gonna be done with our heroes, and we're gonna move on to the rest of the bundle. And there's a lot to get through yet, you guys. So yeah, we have here Christina, and again, she's gonna have a lot of. I think most of these characters are gonna have like multiple different types of materials and textures, so you guys can work something. So there's just in Christina here, you have cloth, metal, leather, you have skin and hair and fur, just a variety of things, and you have like different types of metal as well, and probably like plastic and glass for her goggles. So yeah, just a lot of cool stuff that you guys can, especially painters, can have a lot of fun with. All without giving up any of the amazing detail, like the amount of work our artists put into the miniatures, like especially something like a showcase piece like the busts or a couple of the bosses or even some like just because and we're gonna get to an example like this later. Larger minis, they kind of need to like a special treatment, right? Because there's a lot of room for stuff, so there's a lot of room for different detail work. And the amount of details our artists managed to put into the miniatures, it's frankly kind of astonishing to me. So yeah, this is our last hero for the bundle, and we're gonna move on now to our to the, let's call them the enemies for the bundle or the adversaries. I don't think in this bundle there's anyone on on the hero side. So yeah, this is, and let me get this one straight. This is the half mecha spider man. So he's one of those creatures that he's like, there's very few parts of him that are human anymore. It's definitely like much less than 50% of his current body is human, probably something like 25%. But it's like it's some like Frankenstein math you have to do to figure that one out. Yeah. So as technology advanced and like got to, and things got to the point that we need the people of this world needed more people for war and better war machines, and maybe computer technology wasn't quite so advanced, right? So what do? You connect someone to the machine and make the machine a part of them, and make them a part of the machine. This was like this was probably experimental technology just before the bombs dropped, but as soon as they dropped, yeah, there was a big need for let's say intelligent weaponry, and this is what the half mecha spider is, just vicious intelligent weaponry. So you guys can see like it's a lot of prosthetics. Like his right hand is a vicious looking claw or hook. I think a hook is a better term for that. Maybe a scythe. Who? Yeah. And let me just wait for like the appropriate moment to. Ooh, just a second here. If we could like move it a little bit to the left, maybe, for better framing. No, to the left. Yes, there. Yeah, that's better framing for it anyway. Or
Are you?
maybe adjust the camera. Yes,
Ah,
Marcia.
sorry.
Oh, you were
Well,
talking to somebody else. That's fine. Okay, so I think we need to like adjust the camera just a little bit. Maybe move the camera to adjust the zoom. Yeah, we're getting out of him now because this is a large miniature, guys. I'm gonna. I think I have the 32 millimeter version here with me, and I'm gonna compare it with the. Okay, so yeah, here we go. This is a boss fight. This is a boss fight waiting to happen. This is not just some mook. This is not just some random encounter. Like you gotta treat this one special, and just like so you guys have a little bit of an inkling. I have like the 32 millimeter version here. This guy is big. It's tall. He's got the large base treatment, right? And yeah, I think it's in the upper limits of what you can consider a large creature before he becomes a huge one, maybe. So yeah, he's just got a lot of reach with his legs. He's probably very very fast and very. He's got probably like a very creepy walk. If you guys have ever seen those videos of AIs learning to walk, or Boston Dynamics robots, stuff like that, that's probably how these legs work. Like the human brain just tells them go, and then they probably like kind of shamble around. But yeah, just a vicious hook. The mounted guns that he can control with his mind, just absolutely vicious. Ooh, people are complaining about the volume being low again. Let's try to increase that a little bit again. Let's see here. What can we do? Ooh. Testing. Is everyone hearing me? Maybe I'm straying too far from the microphone. Maybe that's what's happening. Yeah, just let us know, you guys. So, yeah, this is an awesome mini sculpted by, if I haven't said yet, Daniel Sanchez. And if you could like zoom in to the details on his face, like let's just go to his face and then we can like go down around his body, because there's just so much detail work here. Like big minis like this and complex models are like, there's a lot of stuff going on in a miniature like this. So it's so you gotta pay attention to detail, right? Yeah, people are saying he tap dances maybe. Yeah, he probably could if he wanted to. He just like gives the command, and the legs do it for him. I'd like to think he's actually pointing just to tell the legs where to go. But yeah, he's got a lot of stuff attached to him. Yeah, this guy is not surviving being removed from this. He's permanently attached to those legs. And I'm just kind of, there's just so much stuff going on. And again, a lot of different materials, a lot of different stuff happening in this miniature. So I'm sure you guys are gonna have a blast painting this. And if you're planning on playing with one of these, I think it's gonna like straight up creep your players in a fearsome way. It's not gonna be fun for your players when this drops. They're gonna be scared shitless. So yeah, let's check out our next character, and I think we're gonna start taking a look at the mutants we have for this bundle. So we already saw one of the mutants. One of the mutants was Pat, the like Christina's dog thing. But now we have the mutant Juggernaut. All of the mutants here are kind of, they are really, let's say, evolution, like radiation driven mutation and evolution doesn't necessarily favor intelligence, right? So this is just a big kind of lump of muscle, right? He's got an extra hand, which makes him a little bit more dexterous, but he's definitely not the brains of the operation. The brains of the operation is the guy sitting on his shoulder, right? And this is a famous character archetype by now. We got like Master Blaster from Thunderdome, right? Mad Max. We've got Ferrator from Mortal Kombat. I believe Critical Role did something like this in one of their one-offs. I think was what's the name of the artificer in Vox Machina that Sam played for a while. They did a one-off, and Travis and Sam played something kind of like this, like a giant ogre and a halfling or gnome cleric. So yes, this is a classic setup by now. Just the big guy that's all muscle, the small guy that's that gives the orders and is the brains of the operations and controls everything. And yeah, just a big bruiser. And let's check out how the model turned out. Yes, people. Yeah. So, uh, yeah, the model work by again Daniel Sanchez on this one. It's absolutely incredible. It really like the all of the detail. If we could zoom in on the chest and the arms, like around that area, is that as far as you can zoom in? Oh yes, yes, that's perfect. That's beautiful. Just like all of the detail work on the skin and like the muscle underneath, that's like stretching it out, and it's so much muscle like the skin probably can't take it, and there's all of these pustules like the skin is just bursting and infected and radiation burned, and this guy's like carrying a bunch of tanks of like either it's probably like compressed air or something or water, right? I think in the third Mad Max or in the last movie actually, it was all about water control. So it may be water tanks, but I'm betting on compressed air on that one. And yeah, people to survive, people have like been augmenting themselves else and augmenting each other. So you're not just gonna find mutants in this bundle. You're gonna find like mutants with heavy body modification, right? So it's the things that are strapped to him or bolted to him. Uh, yeah, I don't even know he feels all of the stuff that's bolted to him. The Juggernaut probably doesn't have a happy existence. It's a simple one. It's a simple life, but it's probably not a happy one. Can we get a close on the little guy on his shoulders? I don't know if we're gonna be able to adjust at that. Yeah, just like this cute little guy. Yeah, this is one of those models that just really makes me laugh and brings some warmth to my heart. Uh, so yeah, like the little jacket, like who's still doing clothes this size, right? After the apocalypse, you gotta start making some considerations, right? Are people like are there a lot of very short mutants, or are like did this guy just raid the children's section in a clothing store, on a retail store or something? Yeah, you know. So yeah, just an all-around awesome miniature. If you could zoom out and get the like full view again. Yes, there we go. There we go. Just yeah, you don't want to be hit by that wrecking ball like that. What is this? A morning star? Would we call this a morning star? It's a wrecking ball. You don't want to be hit by that, but you also don't want your car to be hit by that. Cars are expensive and are not easy to maintain, especially after the world went to hell and all of that. So yeah, you don't want to get anywhere near the Juggernaut. But another mini you do not want to get anywhere near is the Behemoth. And I think the concept art I can't even I can't even actually fit like the full concept art. This is a this is a tall guy. This is a thick boy. Let's just put it that way. He's a thick boy. So yeah, like this the epitome of like the of what a super mutant or something like that would be in this little bundle of ours. I think we're actually gonna need to do a couple of adjustments to the camera to get all of him as well. I'm gonna let like I'm gonna have let my assistants here sort that out while I talk a little bit about the concept art. Like, just consider like how big is the pole for the who we call them the what do we call that in English, the signal lights. Just imagine how big that pole would be in real light, and this guy is basically as tall as that, maybe a little bit taller. You do not want to be anywhere near that. He's probably like he doesn't need a little guy on his shoulder controlling him. He's probably a little bit smarter than that, and he's getting fed oxygen and water like directly through the tubes that are connected to him. Like after something this big and this mutated probably can't survive without a little bit of cybernetic enhancements, right? Uh, yeah, but it's also like those cybernetic enhancements based on technology from like the 70s, maybe. We leave it a little bit vague. It's up to you guys to figure it out. But it's not like the most up to date technology. This is not altered carbon. This is some straight up Mad Max shit. But yeah, let's check out the actual model. And this one is by the Mutant Behemoth, is by Lailson Camini. And again, just like guys are gonna see a lot of like people holding tanks on their back. Like you gotta take all of your resources with you, man, wherever you go. Even like fresh air, you gotta take that. There's not a lot of that left. Whenever you find it, fill your reserves up again, like load up. So yeah, guys are gonna see a lot of this in this bundle, but also again, all the amazing detail work that goes into something like the skin of a creature like this. Uh, yes, yes. I'm gonna say yeah. As I said, he's not. People are saying he crunched his own barrel. Yeah, with the backswing, he kind of it's a lovely little detail that was included by the previous sculptor. Uh, like he's not as dumb as the Juggernaut, but he's probably not as smart as he could be, right? He's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Let's say that. So yeah, with the backswing, he's damaging his own supply, and I think that's a lovely little touch by Leuson. It also solves a problem like it avoids the his makeshift hammer just clipping through the barrel, right? So yeah, just amazing detail work, and yeah, this guy is just so veiny and so muscular. I know a couple of guys here at Loot who would kill to have to be as swole as this guy. Uh, yeah, I myself, I don't care about that at all. I'm satisfied with the shape of my body, like body acceptance, people. Okay, let's take a. Okay, I'm gonna drink a sip of water while this goes around a couple more times. While I prepare here for our last couple mutants that we have in this bundle. So next up, we have a female mutant raider. So the female mutant raider, she's like she follows the same themes as the Juggernaut and the Behemoth. Maybe she's probably yeah. This would actually like the Juggernaut and the Behemoth would be less common units. A mutant that looks like this would be much more common. And yeah, once in a while to go with the standard mini to be a female one, it's something we can all. I think it's something we can all subscribe to, right? Just a little bit more female miniatures, just a little bit more options in that regard, and not all female miniatures need to be beautiful and busty, and we can have something like this, something that's a little bit more whew. Yeah, I'm looking at the models up right now on my screen, and I'm going to show you guys in a second. But yeah, she doesn't need to be sexy, she needs to be disgusting to fit this bundle, and I think both the concept art and the sculpt really deliver on that one. So I'm just waiting for it to turn around, and there we go. Just so you guys can have a front view of her first, and then we can turn around to the back view. And yeah, I think she's not as tall as even the Juggernaut, but she's still like really really big compared to humanoid size. If you could like, if you could get like our female hero Christina next to her, just for size comparison, I think that would be nice. Yeah, she's still like really really big and burly. Like her legs are as thick as Christina's trunk, which is a lot of muscle and a lot of fat and other things. Like, and she's got like her little all of the mutants have their little makeshift weapons. She's using a stop sign as kind of like a shield, maybe or maybe some bracers or something. But she's also using the like a full-on pole and sign as the, and what would be this sign? Like it could be like a bunch of different warning signs, I guess. Yeah, yeah. People are saying, "Mommy got cake." Yes, she's thick as well, in a maybe in a different way. Uh, yes, and I think actually let me take a look at the actual 32 millimeter model here. She has the little barrel on her side. Everybody's kind of carrying something in this bundle. Everybody's I imagine is one of the things with this bundle. Every single character in a scenario such as this would have to be on the move and would have to be like looking for the next thing and for the next safe place. Or in the case of raiders or mutants, they would have to be looking for their next target. So yeah, let's. She's probably she's probably on the move as well. So next up, we have our last. I think it's our. I'm not gonna say it's our last mutant for the bundle, but it's our last like enemy clearly mutant character, right? And let me actually search for something right here. So yeah, here we have the Warthog Power Blaster, and people keep commenting. As soon as we released this concept art, people kept commenting, and I don't remember you folks. And you guys can sound off in chat and tell me. I think it was like the Warthog guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Is it Bebop? Is Bebop or Rocksteady? I can never get those the Rhino guy and the Warthog guy straight. This one actually has like he's not like a mute in our lore. He's not like a human that got mixed with an animal or anything like that. He's like a warthog or a javelina or something like that that got mutated into a humanoid form. So you know, it's been a while since the bombs dropped. A lot of radiation, a lot of opportunities for weird stuff to happen. Uh, some people are commenting about the details we put in the tusks coming out of his face, like going into his forehead. Some people didn't like that, and that's okay. That's fine. That was like an artistic decision, and we actually based that on a real life type of boar. That actually happens, right? The tusks grow through the muzzle, and they can grow into the forehead of the creature and of the boar and kill it. And we thought that fit really well with the themes of this bundle, like the themes of because this doesn't sound right? This sounds like a weird mutation. It doesn't sound like a species that should like be alive. But you know, we thought it looked like really similar and really it really fit this bundle, like the themes of mutation and of creatures that lead short and violent lives, and that this fit right in. And this is the oh, and just before I forget, the female mutant raider was also Danielle Sanchez, which sculpted, and the Warthog Power Blaster, which is this one. Let's wait for it to turn around and point the quad flamethrowers at us. This one was also sculpted by Daniel Sanchez. So Daniel did a lot of work for us at this bundle, and this one is one of those that is really, really, really incredible. Like it's I really admire artists like coming up with stuff like this. That uh, there's really nothing quite like it. Like the big gun, the giant tank, and the giant vat of like probably like diesel into his back. It's like diesel and fuel. It's probably worth gold after it's probably worth its weight in gold or more after the apocalypse. Gold is probably worthless, and to use it as in giant quad flamethrowers, it needs to be. It's a power statement, right? He's saying something with that. This weapon was probably something that was attached to a diesel power armor or something, right? Or maybe something even bigger. But yeah, once you like, there's a lot of mutants in the wasteland. There's a lot of big guys that can carry something like this around. Something that should be probably a mounted weapon in a chopper or a vehicle somewhere. They can take it and just make horrible things to you and your party in the game. So yeah, let's if we could get like a little bit of a close up. I don't think we got a close up on that one yet. Yeah, just and you know, the cutest thing is that besides being like so hairy and like as a beast man, this guy has got like Daniel actually managed to make this come through in the mini, that this guy actually has a little bit of a mullet. Do you want anything more like 70s and 80s than this? Like the really outdated haircut on the and it actually shows through even though this guy is like covered in fur. So yeah, it's kind of cute as well. This bundle is killing me, man. This bundle is so fun. It has like just the nostalgia factor in this bundle. I think, just the nostalgia factor. Maybe we're being like even unfair with you guys. Just so much of the good stuff. Okay, next up, we have the Cycling Raider, and we're moving away from mutants for now, and we're going to like the more human-looking raiders, right? Not all of you are gonna be running games that have mutants or super mutants on them or anything like that. So yeah, this guy has there's gonna be at least a couple of like more human-looking miniatures in the bundle. This guy is one of them, and it's probably one of the coolest ones because it's not just a guy; it's a guy plus an awesome vehicle. And I'm actually not sure. Let's see here. I actually don't remember if the pilot comes as a separate piece. If someone could ask our 3D printing wizards, but yeah, it's an awesome looking vehicle that he comes with. Like it's not exactly, it's kind of a mono wheel plus like a stabilizer wheel. So it's like somewhere between a mono wheel and a what do we call and a gyroscope thing. So yeah, and you can see like this has probably been produced before the war everything went to shit, but it has been personalized by this raider. A lot of like rockets, like just strap some rockets on the back, strap some chains with the skulls of your fallen enemies, and just get this awesome bike. I can also think of something like this besides the Mad Max type of scenario. I can also think of something crazy like this showing up in like Avernus, one of the infernal war machines of Zariel. So yeah, just an awesome vehicle. I'm gonna transition to the actual scope now and stop talking about the concept. And again, I think it translated really well. It's the scope by Uriel Mendes. A couple of skulls just dangling, like that skull that just passed by here, like this one, is kind of it's dangling as the bike kind of turns or accelerates or something, and like all of the skulls and all of the chains are kind of hanging and swinging in kind of the same direction. It really gives the miniatures this idea of movement. And yeah, it's kind of he's kind of an awesome guy, and he's got like this guy kind of gets it. He's not like the Warthog Power Blaster. If we could zoom in on his head, I don't know if we're gonna be able to show that amount of detail. If we could is that if we could zoom in real quick on the face. I don't know if you're gonna be able to show that amount of detail, but yeah, right there. If you could look at his hair and let it turn it around. Yeah, this guy has got some smart hair, you know, like he's a raider. He's probably a scumbag, and he probably like kills people and eats them for breakfast. But you know, he takes some time in his day to take care of himself. Good for him. And he's got some smart looking hair, and a smug smile on his face. So yeah, it's probably gonna be nice when if you can use this as a player character if your DM allows you to have like this awesome bike. This would probably like cost you something with your DM. But yeah, this guy dresses way better than the other guys. Has a nice looking hair, a smug smile. Maybe you could use this as a player character as well. So yeah. Next up, next up we have the Makeshift Raider. It's actually, I'm gonna transition just a little bit, but this is actually the miniature that Marcia is painting right now. So we don't have a 75mm version to show you, but I'm gonna transition to another screen where you're gonna be able to see that a little better. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the concept art here. And I think the idea of the Makeshift Raider, and we put this into the lore. She's a little bit of a, I'm not gonna say she's an engineer. She's the kind of person that just kind of bashes things together, and yeah, she just kind of bashes things together and make them work. So like her bat here is actually like electrified, and how did she do that? Yeah, she just strapped a bunch of wire around it and connected to a couple of batteries. And yeah, that's good enough, I guess. So yeah, she's not an engineer. She's really more of a yeah. There's like the burn marks on her right side are probably like some experiment mishap that went on with her. I think Marcia went into a little bit of a different direction. We actually have like this is the 32mm miniature, like what we're showing you guys right now. And like, even though I think maybe, yes, yeah, I think we can see the details here, like the incredible amount of details that goes into like this tiny model. It's still very impressive. So the makeshift raider was sculpted by João Comaceto, and we have here the version that, let me go to another screen that shows a little bit of a better view of what Marcia is doing. So yeah, we have here the Marcia's painting her with a different style, and I kind of really dig what Marcia is doing. So can you tell us a little bit of what you're doing there, Marcia? The colors you picked. Ooh, just a second, Marcia. I can't hear you well, so I'm guessing other people can't hear you either. let me just mess with things here a little
Uh,
bit.
now
Uh,
it's fine.
yeah, how close are you to the microphone? Because I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing you.
Now it's better.
Yeah, now it's better. Now it's much much better. And
Okay.
you guys let us know if you can hear Marcia. Okay. So that was Marcia. Like
Um,
the colors you picked for this one.
I would like to paint her a little more colored than I.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't know. I'm trying to do um pants with violet color.
Mhm.
Um, and white hair with red and the tip.
Red tips, yes.
And that's it. I'm
Yeah,
trying
and
to do something green like right here.
yes, yes. Maybe she's not burned. Maybe it's like some radiation effect or something, right?
Yes, I thought radiation.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I think that works like really, really well actually. The it's a different take. You don't so yeah. You guys don't need to go like a particular route with this. I was talking when I was talking about the concept art. I was talking about her being burned, but Marcia made it like a little bit different. So it's not just burns. It's like radiation burns, and maybe she's starting to mutate a little bit. You know, she has
Yeah.
survived, but for how long? And I really really like as well, Marcia, that you decided to go with like a more colorful approach. It's not just like it's not just Mad Max, you know, brown, beige, and maybe black colors, right? There's a little bit of white and violet and red and chrome, and it's all fitting together very very nicely.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let me go back real quick to the concept art view here. So yeah, this is the makeshift raider. This is one of the I think is gonna be, I think she's such a cool miniature as well, and it could definitely be used as a hero mini if you so wished. I think the colors of that Marcia picked for her make that a little bit easier to see. But yeah, definitely something really, really cool. Okay, so next up we have who? We actually have our Anarchic Diver. Uh, so the Anarchic Diver, it's one of the like the raiders for this set. We call them the Anarchic Boys. There's the Anarchic Diver, the Anarchic Miner, and the Anarchic Boy, which is like the base one. And the Anarchic Diver is the one we decided to do a bust on. So our fourth bust is the Anarchic Diver. And there's a couple of reasons we decided to go with the bust for the Anarchic Diver and not like the boss of the bundle. Once we, I think, and if Our was here, he could actually confirm this. But I think the we realized like the type of three quarters bust that we're doing now. It wouldn't the the half mecha Spider-Man wouldn't look as cool, right? It wouldn't be as impressive. So we decided to do an anarchic boy. Uh, uh, yeah, and the anarchic diver's the one we went with, and they're all like short lived. They're not gonna. Besides all of the mutations that are happening, they like to lead like fun and fun lives filled with like the a little bit of the ultra violence, right? The old ultra violence, and yeah, they wanna get as much out of life as they can, and they're gonna. And this guy, the anarchic diver in particular, he's wearing like this diver mask or this gas mask, and that's why he calls himself the anarchic diver. I think there's no water left anywhere. That's either enough to swim in or to dive in, or even if there is, it's probably not safe to do it. It's probably contaminated. Although, yeah, it's you don't want to drink that unpurified, and you definitely do not want to swim in it. Yeah, so let's take a look at the boys. And for this one, we're actually gonna start with the bundle with the bust actually. So this is the bust of the Anarchic diver, sculpted by Lailson Camini. And you can see the like all of the details from the concept art that Lailson like our concept artists sometimes come up with a lot of stuff, like a lot of extra stuff, and that is more like a suggestion because they know, you can't implement everything into the model, right? Sometimes it's just too much, and they know that, but they still like add a lot of details that's gonna make stuff look good, maybe on a bust or a 75 millimeter miniature. And in this bust, you can actually see. I don't know if we can zoom in on the belt there. I'm gonna transition to the concept art real quick. The belt actually has like a heart engraved into it, the like into the skull belt buckle, and oh, let's see if we're actually gonna be able to see it here. This is in the actual model. Like that's such great attention to detail in the part of Lailson. So yeah, this guy is breathing air from the tank on his back. Just lots of spiky armor, lots of exposed and emaciated skin. Yeah, just an all around good. Yeah. So yes, just an all-around nice attention to detail here. And if we could go back to like the actual model, just so you can see the so model. Yeah, so we're gonna go back to the actual model now for this one still the Anarchic diver, just so you guys can see like see him from the waist down. So like the gun holster, we're adjusting things real quick here. Yes. So the gun holster, the baggy cargo pants style thing. So yeah, it really translated well into a miniature. Maybe he is maybe there's a post-apocalyptic drag race and he's shooting up to signal the start of it, or maybe he's doing a warning shot for something, right? What that is, we're gonna leave it up to you guys. Okay, so this was our last bust mini for the bundle, but we still have a couple more Anarchic boys to get through. So here we have the Anarchic miner. He's not actually he's not a miner in the sense that he mines for things. He's a miner in the sense that he's covered in mines. Like those guys get real creative with the ways they do stuff. So yeah, this guy is very suicidal, very witness me, like they lead short lives. They know they're gonna die anyway, so they're gonna have some fun while they're blowing you to bits. Or maybe this guy just shows up, and the fact that he's like strapped in like high grade explosives is enough to make people think twice before shooting him and blowing themselves up. So yeah, you can get a lot of mileage out of this character. He's just a really fun one as well. And yeah, let's go to the actual model. And this one was sculpted by Diogo Colares. And you can see like all of the details, the grenades and the mines just hanging from the body, the movement. This is one of our one point of contact minis. People sometimes complain about these. I saw a comment once with someone saying, I don't even risk printing something like this because it's just one point of contact. But really, it's not just one point of contact. It's a little specially prepared contact area, right? Whenever we do a miniature like this, we make sure to, and whenever we do any miniature actually, the base is custom made for that miniature. So we make sure to indent make a little indentation on the base where the foot is gonna fit perfectly, right? And this is one of those. So this is actually like pretty secure to use in your games. You don't have to worry about it breaking or anything. It's like pretty sturdy, right? So yeah, this is the Anarchic Miner, an amazing sculpt. If you could like get a little bit of a zoom into, just to get a little bit of a better look at the face and the upper chest area, stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's good. That's good. That's good. Yes. So yeah, let's just soak that in a little bit while I drink a little bit of water. Let me tell you guys a little bit of a secret. Uh, I decided to go to sleep last night with the air conditioning blasting, and I woke up with a bit of a sore throat. So excuse me, guys, while I drink a little bit of water so I can get through this to the end of the live stream. So, yep, oops, I think we got a little bit of a lighting issue there. Yeah, I think we're back. So, yeah, and let's go to our last Anarchic boy, the aptly named Anarchic boy. So this is like the standard miniature for this raider group, let's say. Just a little bit just a little bit of something, like a little bit of the classics, let's say. Nothing too special about him, except that he's. I think you guys are gonna see how he turned out in the actual sculpt. You can get a lot done with a bald guy like this. You know, he could be bald with a beard, but nobody's perfect. And probably the radiation had something to do with the no body hair thing. Whew, that's tough, man. And let's move on to the actual sculpt here. And this one is by Victor Prado. So yeah, a little bit of a sorry guys. So yeah, this one is, as I said, like the classic, what you expect when you hear of something like the Anarchic boys, or I forgot the actual name of the boys, like the Immortan Joe's troops in the last Mad Max movie. But yeah, this is kind of more in line with what you expect from something like that, right? Like the shaved head and shaved body. They like the guys that are ready, like they have been ready to die for a while and they haven't because, you know, they got lucky. Like maybe Valhalla doesn't want to take them. But just the makeshift, and he's really representative of kind of humanity in this bundle as well. The makeshift clothes, like the put together piecemeal armor, and I don't know if we're gonna like. Let me actually check it here. Yeah, the shoulder pad, his shoulder pad, is actually made of like that non-slippery metal sheath, right? That sometimes they use on like the floor of buses or stuff like that, and like it was like a very common thing here in Brazil, but it's just a non-slippery sheet from a vehicle, like a bus or a train that has been bended and turned into this character. And I don't know if you guys can see it in the model here. It is in the concept art, and if you take a good hard close look at the model, you can see it as well. It's just which is just, you know, a little bit of a detail. People have been scavenging and searching for anything they can make, even into clothes. And like his pants are all made of rags, and like his belt is half of a tire, and the skulls are like I'm gonna admit it's a nice intimidating tactic to have the skulls of your dead enemies hanging off your belt, and then just marking down kills on it. Yes, the war boys. People have corrected me in chat. So the ones from the movie were the war boys. So yeah, this is our last anarchic boy. I think we have a couple more characters because we get into the objects, and we have some awesome objects in this bundle. So yeah, let's get through those characters. Next up, we have the explosive walker, and this explosive walker is just something like we came to the conclusion that you guys really like droids, and you guys really like robots for some reason. So whenever we can, we're gonna try to add a robot to a bundle. It needs to make sense, and in this case, I think it's yeah. I think the like a walking bomb, right? Kind of makes sense, and I like to think that the what's her name again? The makeshift raider put this thing together, right? A little bit of and I think that's actually in the lore, like a walking and programmable bomb, right? Just some straight up terrorist shit. And yeah, and I like to think that the anarchic miner is what you use when you can't spare the resources to make something like this. Like, ooh, we're out of circuits, boss. Just send one of the boys. And yeah, strap a boy full of mines, and it fills up pretty much the same function as this one, but it's probably cheaper to do. You don't have to like use expensive equipment to do it. And this miniature in particular has something that it's kind of hard to accomplish. Like for its size, this is a small sized miniature, right? And for its size, and even in like the 32mm version here, you get a lot of very fine detail. So you have the net that is strapped around it, and like strapped around the core mine, and the other mines, like the other land mines, are dangling from it, right? But even like beneath that, you can see like the seams of the core mine, and like it's a lot of very fine detail. And I think this is like one of the advantages of resin 3D printing, and it's one of the reasons that we don't we make all of our miniatures with resin 3D printing in mind, because it's really hard to get this kinds of results in like this small of a mini with filament printing, right? We have been experimenting with making some stuff easier to print in filament, especially the objects, especially like the big objects. We did that for the cathedral and our fantasy subscription this month. But yeah, I think we're going to continue to focus on resin 3D printer, because you can get like awesome results like this. And just before I forget, and if I haven't mentioned yet, the explosive walker was sculpted by João Comaceto. Okay, we are off to our last characters of the bundle, and we actually have like two of them. I'm gonna start with like the NPC, the humanoid looking NPC. And this is a great one. Okay, so this one's part of our archetype. We have a little bit of an archetype going on. We have it at least in our fantasy bundles. So first, our like 3-month loyalty reward. We have Brahman Buffo, right? We have the I think it was in October of last month. We have the Egypt themed bundle, and then we had the merchant and the camel. We have like the merchant plus the pack animal archetype going on for a while. And okay, we were like, okay, how do we do that for sci-fi? And that's how we came on the idea of like the engineer or the mechanic, right? Which is this guy, which is so cool. He's got a little bit of a Davy Jones feel about him, but much more sympathetic, but much more charismatic, let's say. Uh, and of course, we have his animal companion. The and let me just point that out. This is pronounced ostrich. It's the ostrich cargo droid. It's just written in like lead speech or something. It's just throw a bunch of numbers to replace a couple of the letters, and it makes it look cool. And but it's yeah, this is supposed to be like an ostrich, right? It's the what the like the animal is what the this little droid, this little robot it's based on. Uh, and yeah, let's show off first the engineer, and then we're gonna move on to the droid, and then we're gonna be done with the characters for this bundle. So yeah, the engineer comes with like the special base with like it's probably what is it, an acetylene torch, something like that, and like the tanks are connected straight to his arm, which is which is a choice. Like, does he walk around with things all the time? Does he disconnect the tubes? It's a mystery, man. I'm gonna let that for you guys to figure it out. I like to think that he has a bunch of different attachments that he can use, but who knows? Maybe he sleeps with the blowtorch on his arm. I've seen crazier people. Just a second. So yeah, he's just examining like what's the name of that car piece? I'm not a car guy, but it's at like the carburetor or something like the so it's like the carburetor plus the exhaust pipe, and his I can even imagine like this merchant in a game. He's probably one of those guys that charges you like way too much for everything, and like he's looking at it like, oh yes, of course. This is gonna cost you like an arm and a leg to get it fixed. Love it. So yes, and let's talk a lot about like all the little details in this miniature. If you could like, I think we have like a pretty good look at his torso. Can we focus on his like belly area and like the belt area? Yes. So first of all, like just the kind of beer belly hanging above the belt is a great detail. Just because the everything went to hell doesn't mean you can't enjoy yourself and make yourself nice and plump. But also like the equipment hanging off of his belt, like all of those little details. I think he has a like a monkey wrench, right? Let's see here. Yeah, he has like a monkey wrench and an analyzer or something, plus a little tank on his left side. Just like all of these little details, and you can see like the individual buttons on the analyzer or controller thing. So yeah, it's probably the control he uses for the droid. I don't know if the droid listens to voice commands. You can play it that way if you want to, but yeah, the engineer is an amazing sculpt by Uriel Mendes, and it's just awesome. It's one of my favorite characters from this bundle actually, because he's got like a lot of character. It's just something different. It's not something you see every day. And next up, of course, we have the cargo droid. Let me just transition here a little bit so we can adjust the camera. Yeah, I think we're gonna do like let's see here. It's not in frame. Yes, we're gonna do them like back to back. Yeah, and the cargo droid does have a little bit of an ostrich feel. Like it walks kind of awkward and like hanging to one side. It's not as it's not as bad as this. Actually, had a little bit of a problem with this model, but it's not something that detracts from the amount of detail and the amazing work João Comaceto put into this. So yeah, the engineer was sculpted by Uriel Mendes, and the droid was sculpted by João Comaceto. And yeah, we really wanted to showcase this. So all of the technology in this is like, it's a little bit mixed, right? It's kind of like technology that got stuck in like maybe the 70s, maybe a little bit earlier, but it's also a bit more advanced in some ways. And the droid is an example of that. And yeah, you can see like in his back, he's got the big tank, but he's also got like a little bit of a toolbox on his back. Plus like everything the engineer might need to solve any of your party's issues. Maybe your car broke down or something like that. So yeah, let's definitely check out these miniatures. They are amazing. Okay, next up, and this may take some time to set up, we have the first object for this bundle. And this is a big one. We have been doing vehicles, like the sci-fi subscription has allowed us to do okay, so I'm gonna get to a Q&A section later, and I'm gonna get to all of the questions, guys. But I just kind of really need to get to the full bundle review. So this is the Sonic Crusher. We've been experimenting with vehicles for a while now in the sci-fi subscription. It has really allowed us to do some different stuff in that regard. It's not every month in the fantasy subscription that you can do like a cart or something like that, right? But yeah, there's always an opportunity to do some sort of vehicle in a sci-fi subscription, and the Sonic Crusher is kind of our it's kind of our Mad Max Interceptor homage, but it also can be used as people have pointed out. It can be used as a hellish war machine in Avernus if you feel like that. Can we actually get like one of the Anarchic boys on the back of it? And I'm gonna transition into the model now. Yes. Yes, it fits perfectly. So yeah, let's transition into this model. And okay, so the first thing you guys may notice in this beautiful sculpt by Anderson Pioli, actually all of the objects in this model were sculpted by him. There's a little bit of yellow staining around the wheels, and there's a reason for that. If you saw the video in the beginning of the live stream, or the bundle video on our website or something, you may have noticed that we experimented with doing something different with our marketing material for this bundle, and we decided to use like real sand. And so we got some fine sand and we brought it into the office, and we set up the little room we have here for the photo shoot, and everything went great. But here's the thing. The sand was very fine sand and kind of stained, so that's why like there's the yellowing here. So I'm sorry, Anderson Pioli, if we're not yeah, it's a little bit maybe it's not the best light to show this miniature, but it is so awesome. And it is also a wasteland set, so a little bit of dirt, it comes with the territory, right? So we have, I believe it's the Anarchic boy on top of the guy there, on top of the Sonic Crusher there. And it's just like this awesome monster truck looking vehicle that has been put together from like scrap parts, and you strap a bunch of guns into it, and you strap like rocket thrusters, because who cares? And you gotta have the sorry guys, you gotta have the loudspeakers on the back, and you gotta make a lot of noise. That's what being an Anarchic boy is all about. It's like, live fast, die young, leave a not so pretty corpse behind. So yes, it's just an awesome vehicle. Yes, people are saying it looks a bit orcish from Warhammer 4K, like really put together, spikes everywhere. Like the boys would really, boys with a Z would really enjoy something like this, like the mounted gun on the roof there. It's just such a cool vehicle. I think we can zoom out now. Ooh. Okay, so next up, let's go to the reactor, and I'm gonna let our team set up the reactor here. The reactor has been in the background of most of these pictures, uh, and what we decided to do is a little bit of something bigger. It's not like it's not up to scale to like a real nuclear reactor. That would be really really hard to do, and it would be enormous. Even if you did like 32 millimeter scale, it would be gigantic, right? But we did like the next best thing because this model already has like an awesome vehicle. So we decided to do a like a bit of a modular thing. So you can set it up however you want, right? So you can have like just you can have like the on the who what's it gonna be for you guys? Is it gonna be the top left corner, like there's the main reactant tower or chimney, and then there's a destroyed one right above me. There's the base right here behind me, and then there's the reactor. So you can set that up in different ways, and we're gonna show it to you guys in just a second. And you can do a bunch of these, and maybe those are like mini nuclear reactors that are just there to power up a base. They are really really nice environmental pieces. So yeah, let's see here how it looks. Okay, so yeah, this is the reactor. It looks just like a miniature nuclear reactor as we intended it to. But it can also, if we could remove the top and remove a couple of pieces to show to you guys, it is also like a bit modular. So you can, I don't think modular is the word. It's easy to assemble however you see fit, right? And you can combine a couple of the different parts to get some cool effects. And the intention here was to make this like really really easy to assemble, and make it look cool. If we could get like I think we have the glue together like broken chimney. I think that's a great one as well. Maybe you can do like before and after the bombs dropped. Maybe the nuclear reactors like it's starting like after years of neglect is starting to decay, and it's gonna cause like a big disaster and just spew a lot of radiation back into the atmosphere. So yeah, maybe that's a mission on its own to reattach a couple of parts to the reactor and get it fixed. So yes, that's the reactor. And next up, and yeah, it's a really really cool terrain piece. And next up, we're gonna move to like the rest of the terrain pieces for this bundle, but I want to focus in one in particular. So yeah, as I said, it's not every time we get a chance to do a cart, but once in a while we get a chance to do a trailer. A lot of people have been really really excited about this trailer in particular for this bundle. I think the sculpt really really translated the concept art into reality in a really really nice way. And I think you guys are gonna be happy with it. But yeah, once in a while we are actually kind of surprised at like how much you guys like a particular piece of concept art. Like you guys get really really excited for some stuff we just kind of threw into the bundle as an extra thing, and all of a sudden like the thing we threw in as an extra becomes like one of the most important thing things to you guys, and that's like really fun, and it's a learning experience to actually learn what you all enjoy and what you would like to see from us, and we try to learn from it and do something extra like this whenever we have a chance, right? I think we're almost ready to showcase the to showcase the trailer. We're gonna do a showcase of like all of these objects, right? So we have like your standard scatter terrain. We have like a pile of tires and a pile of like radioactive waste. We have a control panel, and we have like a couple of like bumper cars. I don't know how you guys call this in English. We have like a skeleton that is not showing up, is right here, and like a satellite antenna. We have a couple of like bunker doors, kind of this a standing one right here that is kind of destroyed, and one right above me that is for an underground bunker. But yeah, there's a lot of like just really useful scatter terrain, and here it is, in all of its glory, the wagon, the Wastelands wagon. Actually, what do we call it in the what do we name it in the renders here? We call it the trailer hideout. Yeah, it's like this can be the thing the Sonic Crusher is pulling. Who would that work? But this can be like the thing your vehicle is pulling through the wasteland. It can be like a mobile home base, or maybe not such mobile home base anymore. Yeah. So yeah, if you can remove the top there, yeah, there's actually like a little bit of a little bit of an area inside, which is about as cramped as a real life trailer. So yeah, but there's like a fridge and a couple of beds. Just the kind of stuff you need to get the trailer going, to make the trailer useful. Let's see here. Yeah, and all around it, you can see like the little skeleton leaning against the wall. You can see the bumper cars, the yeah, yes, and all like the awesome little details like the control panel here, and the satellite dish thing. So yeah, just a lot of really cool and useful scatter terrain that you can use on your games, or maybe to make some cool last dioramas. Whew, I guess that's all of the models for today. I'd like to remind everyone to please check out don't forget to check out this month's magazine. It has all of the stat blocks and the backstory for the creatures. It has like all the renders and stuff. The stat blocks, we do them in like 4th, 5th edition D&D, but like using those rules, but you can use whatever rules you want for these miniatures. We try to make them versatile like that as possible. And yeah, it's a lot of cool stuff in this month. So don't forget to check out the magazine. Besides that, let's see here. I think we are ready to go into Q&A section. Let me. Yeah. Hmm? Yes, I'm gonna transition into Marcia's view now. I think maybe we could do a little bit of a zoom on Marcia, if that's possible. It's gonna allow us to see a little bit more detail on there, and it's like, yeah, as I was like spewing out a lot of as I was talking here and just talking non-stop as I tend to do, Marcia kind of really came along with the model there. Yes, I think we are adjusting and we are zooming in. Yes. Who? Oh yes, that's so nice. Okay, maybe zoom out a little bit, and we're gonna be golden. And Yeah, Marcia is working on the bet now. Yeah, I think we're golden like this. Uh, yeah, the zooming in really allows us to see like a lot more detail. You guys should definitely check out our painting guides and tutorials on our channel. I think the even for the 75 millimeter one with like realistic proportions like that, maybe you guys should check out the how to paint eyes video that we did. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it here on Marcy for a bit, and I'm gonna go back and try to find some of the questions you guys asked. But this is the time that we have to, like we have like 10 to 15 minutes, and you guys can ask us anything, right? Just ask us whatever questions you want to ask us, and me and Marcia and the rest of the team that is accompanying the live stream on chat, we're gonna do our best to answer it. So yeah, let's see here. I'm gonna try to go back for a bit. Kickstarter, let's see here, let's see. Speakers are a nice touch. Where's the guitar soloist? Yeah, that's Holt Harper. That's a good point. We should have included like a bit of a bard hero into this bundle. That's a missed opportunity. I'm not gonna let Alvaro hear the end of it. Let's see here, what else? Okay, so Dario Miguel is saying, "Hi Tiago, I have a question. I'm a subscriber of the 2 bundles of loot this month. I have a problem with my credit card. They only have paid the sci-fi bundle today, but I don't have access to the bundle." So Dario, whenever you have a payment problem like that, definitely get in touch with our support team. And let me put it in chat right now, the email. Let's see here. So the email is support@lootstudios.com. Ooh, and I actually didn't type. What? Support@lootstudios.com. So yeah, definitely get in touch with our support team and explain the situation, and we're gonna help you solve that issue. Okay. So maybe your payment wasn't detected by Hotmart or something, or maybe there was another issue, something like that. Yeah, just get in touch and we'll help you solve it. It's not difficult at all. Like you can reach out through social media to us, but it's not gonna be the fastest way. We prioritize like the official support tickets, just to get those out of the way as fast as possible, and to like reduce the delay time between you sending us a message and you answering to the minimum. So the best way to reach out to us with a payment problem like that is through our support email. Okay, so okay, so Holt Harper is asking, Tiago, what are some of the updates you guys are bringing to the site? Would love a better catalog/database feature. So we're not ready to reveal which updates we're bringing to the website yet. What I can say is, and we have announced this, so we are doing a fairly extensive upgrade of our platform, and that's gonna solve a lot of there's a lot of requests you guys have been making of us for a long time, and unfortunately, due to platform limitations, we just weren't able to do it, right? Or it was very, very difficult to implement them. So yeah, there's a lot of new stuff coming. A better way to finding the miniatures is definitely one of them. I can't like say right now which one is in the platform right now, but we're gonna test it. We are doing some tests, and there's a link to a form somewhere in the community. If you want to participate in the tests, definitely sign up. We're gonna select a couple of people to participate, and we're gonna bring people in eventually We are hearing what you guys have to say about the changes we're making, and we are adjusting accordingly. So a couple of things are still in flux, and that's why I can't go into more detail about the features. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming that you guys are definitely, yeah, you guys have been asking for a while, and it's coming. Uh, let's see here. What else? What else? Just thought I would ask about the painting handle and word on it. And this is Corey Scott. And Alvaro has dodged a bullet because everybody has been asking me about the painting handle, and I've been asking him about the painting handle, and it's coming. Okay, we're doing a couple of adjustments to it, but unfortunately, like Alvaro today has been this kind of project. We don't like give it to an artist to do. We rather they spend their times to one of our 3D artists of the bundle to do. We rather they spend their time focusing on the models. So usually Alvaro does it himself, and we've been like doing some, and he just hasn't had the time to work on it, but it's coming. And I'm gonna keep, as long as you guys keep pestering me about it, I'm gonna keep pestering him about it. And uh, maybe, yeah, maybe I'd like Marcia. I'm gonna tell Alvaro. I'm gonna tell Marcia and you, Alvaro, you're not delivering the painting handle, and Marcia is gonna solve that issue for us. So yeah. Let's see what else. What else do we have here? I'm gonna go back a little bit. There's not that many. Let's see here. What else? Yeah, I'm not seeing that many questions here. If you guys just want to make a comment or something, that's fine as well. Hours in chat now, guys. Separately. Corey Scott says, if we don't get painting, guys, could you at least upload Marcia's video to watch separately? Okay, Corey, we are working on painting, guys, and I think, are we recording Marcia's feed separately for this one? Yeah, I think we are recording the feed separately, and I'm gonna talk to him about uploading this somewhere. Maybe as a, yeah, is it going on the website?
Yeah, on the website and YouTube channel.
Okay, it's going on both the platform and on YouTube. So that's what we started to do. Just to, like, we don't like to make promises that we can't keep, but a lot of things happen, right? So we expanded to 2 subscriptions, and Marcia had some health issues last year, which she's still like struggling a bit with. So what we'd like to do is and oh yeah, and one of our other supporters, Achla, has just had a baby that he has to take care of. So what we would like to do is to provide a painting guide and a full tutorial for the sci-fi subscription as well. We are working on it. For now, it's like really, really difficult because of the amount of time that Marcia has to spend on painting the miniatures and painting like our loyalty reward stuff. There's a lot of stuff, and I think what we realize is that we have a lack of painters here to it. But we are working on it, and we're gonna get that. You guys are gonna get that soon. So Daria Miguel is asking when we will have access to the second sci-fi loyalty reward. He'll look amazing on my studio. I think he would look amazing on any studio, like the second sci-fi loyalty reward. And I don't know if I have the. Yeah, I could open it up here, but I don't know if I have. If someone could send me like the link, or something, I could get to it. But okay, so the second loyalty reward should come out on. Yeah, the last one came out in December, so the next one comes out in March, I believe. Yes, is that it? Yes, that is it. So it's December, January, February, March. So when the March launch comes around, that's when the second loyalty reward comes around. We will probably upload some stuff about him, like a sculpting video or something, like some content on that sculpt before. We have revealed the concept art, but uh, haven't showed you guys anything else on it, and we're probably gonna do it soon.
I can send it to Discord.
Ooh, no, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. No, there's no need to go get it now. When's the new office tour? As soon as we make things look less messy. So we kind of moved in here with things kind of half done. We really needed to move to the new office. When Loot started, there were like 4 people in an office that was like sized for 4 people, and then Loot grew a lot during the last couple of years, and then we had like what was it, like almost 20 people in an office that was sized for 4. So it wasn't great. So we had like desperately had to move to the new office. So yeah, and that's what we did. So but to do that, we had to do a couple of compromises. The contractors didn't finish everything on schedule as usual. You know, as that's the story of contractors, right? So a couple of things are not ready yet. So when we first moved in, like we have a gaming area. Like there's a TV and a couple of video games, and we were like sitting on boxes and stuff because the chairs hadn't arrived yet. But yeah, as we have moved far beyond that now, thank God. But yeah, as soon as we have a better handle on things here, and things are looking like just a little bit tidier, we're probably gonna do a office tour. Work. Okay, let's see. Rexodus is asking if this model had a prop, what prop would you like to get? Okay, so I don't know. I don't know if you're asking this to me, Rexodus, or if you're just asking chat. So we have started doing props recently, but it's not something we are ready to like commit to yet. We are still experimenting with it. That's why we don't announce them. They just kind of drop when the bundle drops. So they're an extra still, and we're not ready to like commit to them fully, right? It's a little bit of a different process than the miniature process we're used to, and we're still learning a little bit. That's why like this sci-fi bundle doesn't have it. We don't want to just like throw something in the last minute. If we're gonna do it, we want to do it right, and we want to do it, and we want to make it count. Now, if this bundle had a prop, I would probably go for me personally. Let's see. Oh hey, okay. So the Juggernaut has like a funny looking helmet that kind of looks like a cake pen or something that has been like with just a slit for his eyes and his mouth or something. So that's a funny looking helmet that I would personally like, but it wouldn't be very cool. Or we could go with something like the mask for the Anarchic diver. That's a really cool mask. I don't, but this would be like a really complicated one to do, and that's why we need like to plan these things ahead of time and do it something really cool. But there's a lot of stuff that could be a good prop for this bundle. But yeah. Okay, who gets to keep the dwarf? Lord Beard is asking. Who gets to keep the dwarf blacksmith in their office? It's actually it's not in anyone's office. It's like next to the meeting room. Like as you get into loot, you open the door. It's the first thing you see on your right. So it's kind of like an office pet. the giant Utan. When is the life-size dragon head being printed? Come on, you guys. That's a lot of work. We are still ramping up production on that part. So, when is the life-size dragon head being printed? Okay, let's wait for like the next dragon maybe, and then give us like 6 months to get the production going, something like that. It's gonna take a little bit for us to do it. Okay, so yeah, I guess we're coming to a close. I guess that's it for now. I'm gonna. So yes, thank you guys so much for sticking with us through the whole live stream. I know there were a couple of hiccups along the way. But thank you guys so much for sticking with us, and I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this bundle. There's a lot of amazing stuff in it. There's a lot of really, really useful stuff as well. I'm certainly like gonna try and pilfer some stuff from the office and take home, especially after Marcia paints it. So yeah, thank you all so much for sticking with us to the end. Marcia?
Thank you guys for staying here with us. See you in the next live.
So yeah, thank you all so much, and see you until next live stream.